Hey, I'm Daniel Casanova for Spin.com in Ani DiFranco's dressing room. Thank you so much for letting us invade your space for a little while.
Sure, sure.
And we were just hanging out with some of your neighbors from down in New Orleans.
That's right. We've been crossing paths all summer at festival after festival, but Galactic you're talking about. Yeah, but we're playing at the same time again today.
They mentioned that. Like, oh, we can go over and say hi. Oh, no, we can't.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And you and I were crossing paths at Rothbury a couple weeks ago,
cool.
and I'm sorry we weren't able to meet up then, but it's good to meet you now.
Yeah, that was a dizzying
and
affair.
You had your little girl with you too,
I
right?
did, yeah.
How has that changed the dynamic of being on the road for you?
It's made it a lot funnier, even more exhausting. And, it's fun to have a kid around. It kind of breathes life into an old scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's almost 2? Or?
She is 2.5.
2.5.
And that's,
That's a fun age.
Oh, boy. Boss of everyone.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And she's become my bodyguard, too, which is kind of funny. You know, people will come up after the show, and she'll just look at him and say, go! Go!
My mommy.
It's like, I'm trying to be all nice, and she's,
Well, it's great that the festival, they're very kid-friendly. When we were hanging out with Modest Yahoo. We had both his kids with them and cruising around on a golf cart, just having a fun time. And we were talking, one thing I asked Galactic, I'm originally from New Orleans, and I've been really curious to find out how the music scene has been recovering and rebuilding itself in the last couple of years.
Yeah, well, I wonder what their take on it is. My take is that right now it's really strong, like it's always been. You know, most of the musicians are back. They're back working. Most of the clubs are open. You know, you could go there now and party, and it's, part, activism and contribution, because the town needs every ounce of tourism and that and whatnot. But what I worry about is the future of the music in New Orleans, because the communities that grow the next generation of brass bands and, all of the powerful traditions, funk traditions and, all of those communities are devastated. All the neighborhoods where the black folks live and rise above awful circumstances, generation after generation, and make this powerful art happen. A lot of them are scattered to the wind still. Their whole neighborhoods are still wiped out. So, like I say, right now, there's a lot of music still happening. What's going to happen 20, 30 years from now? That's what I worry about.
Well, it's good to have something to rally behind. It's never good to have to go through an ordeal like that, but it does kind of bring a close community even closer.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, people, as being from there, people who are from there, there's no place else like it in the country, in the world. And so there's a deep, if you're a New Orleanian, it's hard to be shipwrecked anywhere else.
A lot of pride, a lot of love.
Yeah.
And you, to change gears here, you were an indie artist before it was cool to be an indie artist. I don't even know if it was considered, if the term was even around. How has that been a benefit, and how has that kind of been a hurdle for you? Because I'm sure it's been both at times.
Well, back in the day, it was definitely, a hurdle. It was, I just suffered a lot of condescension, a lot of patronizing, because the first question is, oh, you're a musician, you got a record deal? That's like the signifier of success and that you're for real. So, for 10, 15 years, I would say, I got my own record company, and people would be like, oh, that's cute.
Of course you do.
And there was a lot of, it was Righteous Babe Records was kind of pre-internet too, so it was real old school, me driving around, putting a mailing list out. It was all about the mailing list in the beginning, like building my audience, just sort of word of mouth. And but the benefits now are huge for me, and all along the way, though, you have to have a lot of patience and invest a lot of time and work. Eventually, you end up, with an audience that's really connected to you. It's not sort of built on a hit single or a video. It grows over time, and so. I always say live by the media, die by the media. So I'm sort of maybe weathering in my way, the turmoil of the music industry as it is now.
And what's been the biggest benefit with the rise of the internet and the whole MySpace community? What's been the biggest help for you in that?
Well, like I say, you know, I kind of built my audience pre-internet the old school way, but now it's just a huge tool for anybody, you know, trying to do something on their own, have a career in music without a big corporation behind them. And so, you know, I think it just expands the possibilities of indie, you know, what that can mean. You know.
Where do you see yourself? I'm curious because your career has already had a huge span. Where do you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years? Do you want to be more mom? Do you want to be more artist? Do you want to find the happy medium?
Well, you know, I just had the pleasure of playing at Pete Seeger's 90th birthday party.
Wow.
Yeah, 90.
Wow.
90. I know it, and he's rocking. He is rocking it, you know. He's out there, he's doing the press conference, and then he was at Madison Square Garden, packed house.
Unbelievable.
You know, he's leading everybody, getting everybody singing, thousands of, you know, and meeting and greeting and working his ass off, you know, at 90, and still such a powerful spirit, you know, and... You know, as a folk singer, I really hope to have that kind of stamina, you know, that I'll still be really into it and really inspired by my work, you know, when I'm that age.
Nice. Well, you've got a lot of people that are always looking forward to a new album every year, so we wish you nothing but the best.
Cool.
And thank you so much for letting us, again, jump in here and hang out with you for a little while.
Sure.
Have a great set today.
All right.